1.7 million Australians run one-person businesses. That's more than the population of Adelaide. Like, we know Adelaide's small, but that's a lot of people, and that's a lot of small business owners. Hey, my name's Elias. I'm a 19-year-old finance and accounting student at the University of Melbourne, and I'm trying to build a one-person business, all using Claude Code. To make things exciting, I've given myself 30 days to see if I can pull it off, and I'm going to be documenting the whole journey across the internet. You're probably thinking, Elias, why are you doing this to yourself? Why are you subjecting yourself to public humiliation if you fail? Because most businesses fail. Well, that's the point. Building in public and having a personal brand in 2026 is as important as the actual work itself, because people don't buy from people that they don't know, simply put. And that's what I truly believe, and that's what's going to keep me accountable. So if you want to come along for this journey and you want to see how I can try and build a one-person business in 30 days, then either watch me succeed or probably watch me fail. But that's fine, because so what I have right now is an AI lead generation system where, to put it simply, any missed calls or any mixed texts that the tradie gets, it gets picked up by an AI, or it gets replied by an AI text, and the text qualifies the lead, and then it routes them, whether they're warm lead, a tire kicker, or an actual someone who wants the job done ASAP. And that's the offer that I'm thinking. I know you're probably thinking, this guy's an idiot, this has been done 1,000 times, but I don't think it's about the product per se. It's about how you position it and and the value that it can actually bring in the implementation. So, in the past few months, I've been cold emailing a lot of places, and I've got ghosted a lot. I've got a few replies, but it's been here and there. Hasn't been perfect for sure, but at the moment I'm warming up 6 different inboxes. So I'm going to be doing a cold email campaign from there and seeing if the demand for the AI-powered speed to lead system is actually there. And if it's not, I'll pivot. For sure, I'll pivot. Have to stay willing to just cut your losses sometimes, I think. But I'll see if this works, if I can get a few people to buy with this AI speed to lead system. So yeah, that's the outreach part. And then ideally from the outreach, I get a few calls. Like, say my reply rate is what, 1 to 3%. Like, that's still enough to where it's, if I send 2,000 emails, that's at least 10-20 people just on the phone. So then it becomes a matter of, well, can I handle the sales pressure, and can I close? And can I actually articulate the value that the solution that I'm providing them is bringing? Because that is a genuine issue, I believe, for trades. Not having an online presence on social media, and then 2, when that lead does come in, they're slow to pick up the phone. But because they're on site, they're on the tools. But that is what I'm thinking. And then week 4 is where we deliver and actually post and position it and show it on camera to see if it's worked as the result. See if I've actually landed a paying client, because I realized it's not that easy to land a paying client, because people don't just give you money for nothing. Of course not. And as you're probably thinking, what could go wrong here, Elias? What could go wrong? Honestly, many things. Tradies, which is my target market, has been my target market for my marketing company, and this, they don't really trust a 19-year-old. They hop on a call and they see me like a uni student. They're like, what does this guy know about business? What does this guy know about anything? And that's what I'm trying to, as posting here gives you a sense of that credibility, I believe, and that personal brand really builds trust beyond your age. Emails that land in spam, this is a big one, because the email copy can be as good as it wants, but if it lands in spam, then there's no real use to it. The AI implementation, it could be harder than I think, and I might be underestimating how it is to actually implement AI into businesses that are not AI native, or definitely not internet native, because most trades in Australia, they're still quite old-fashioned. They get their work through word of mouth, referrals, or simply I could just chicken out. And that's another thing that could just go wrong. I can just say, no, I'm not cut out for this. I can't sell. I can't cold email. I can't handle all the rejection. And that's honestly a thing that scares me a lot. And the final thing is uni nukes my time, because at the moment I'm penultimate year, exams are coming up in 5 weeks, so that could just happen, and life just got in the way. But then that's where I'm trying to, well, again, just time block, make sure I actually just get ahead on this. So what's already been done? The lead gen has been built. So if I go into my anti-gravity and I can make, hey, can you run a quick sample of the lead gen on five electricians in Victoria, please. It'll pull back. We'll give that a bit of time, but for now we'll come back to essentially what it has been generating for me. So it's been pulling the emails and the phones of tradies, and then from that it feeds it into Claude, and it writes a personalized cold email that is specific to the trade. So not something that's decently authentic and decently human-like, because this is the future of cold outreach, I believe. It's going to be just volume, 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 without paying $1,000 for Apollo or LinkedIn Sales Navigator. It's volume, volume, volume with a decent AI stack behind you. And let me put you guys on this. So what this humanizer skill does, it essentially humanizes every people-facing writing that AI writes, because as we know, you can tell it to write like a human as much as you want, but it still has those weird idiosyncrasies. It still has those weird statements that it makes. If that, but then, dashes still. But this humanizer skill, it really sets it apart. I'll find you guys the GitHub repo. It's Humanizer skill by Blader. It's really good. It's had, I believe, 17,000 stars. It's been updated in the past month. Honestly, it's quite amazing for what it is. Like, it gets it 80% to where it's like, oh, okay, this is actually usable. And that's what you want, yes. Again, I don't really have that domain expertise. That's what I'm lacking. Because even though I do work within the trade field, I don't really have that deep, extensive knowledge on what the actual pain points are. And again, how to integrate AI into non-AI native businesses, such as the trades. But what I know is ultimately is that there's nothing to lose at 19. So if I start this business and I fail it, I end up in the same spot as I am now. Like, there's nothing to lose. So this isn't going to be a motivational video, but I'm telling you guys, if you're young, if you want to do something, just do it. Because what do you have to lose? Like, you're 19. And yeah, I've built out skills and that have been running on a schedule or on autopilot. Lead gen skill, as you said, I have assembled, I believe at this point it's been 2,000 leads. So this is just one of them on Excel, but I've assembled about 2,000 in total. So they've been fully qualified, fully enriched, fully verified to make sure that they don't bounce, and fully drafted in voice. So this is something that I'll have to do for this set. But that is the thing. That's where I believe that building in public is so good, because it keeps you accountable and it keeps you willing to try new things. Because if you don't put yourself out there in business, in life, you're not going to achieve anything. So that's ultimately what I believe, and this is the plan for my one-person business in 30 days by using Claude Code. Perfect. So here it's an Apple pull for cost me 2 cents. Just to finish off, it's great. 4 leads, 3 out of 4 were usable. So then here's the thing, and then it would, through Perplexity, that researches the company, and then it will draft, and then Claude will draft a cold email specific to the company, and I'll whack that in an Excel spreadsheet and I'll send that off. So that is the plan. That's me building in public. If you want to follow along for the journey of a 19-year-old trying to start a business, trying to work things out, honestly, come along, because you never know what can happen, and that's all good. So you guys have a nice day and take it easy, and don't get too stressed out by AI, but the AI is pretty exciting. All right, have a nice day. Bye bye.